Everybody, welcome back to the open gym. We're live and direct. Appreciate everybody tapping in, pulling up. So we're just getting to the starters, which are the same: Nikhil, Dyson, Jalen, Zach, Kristaps. But if you're wondering why I'm late, I'll show y'all in a second. But welcome in YouTube, welcome in Twitch. We are on playback. Welcome in, welcome in. Excuse me. So welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I was late. Yo, YG, I'm down to run some Madden, but right now we're doing a playback watch along with the Atlanta Hawks. Look what I caught. I got the giveaway, the Dyson Daniels giveaway, the bobblehead. That's Dyson. They got the number 5. We got the Dyson giveaway going on right now. The little bobblehead. So I had to get that. Caught that. It's the first 5,000 in the arena. So shout out to the Atlanta Hawks doing this little giveaway, the Dyson bobblehead. Keep that right here. But yeah, YG, definitely down to play Madden sometime right now. Though we are doing the Atlanta Hawks versus Magic watch along though. Appreciate you tapping in to the YouTube stream portion. Like I said, if you want to watch the game along with us, it's on NBC and Peacock, or you want to tap into the open gym on playback. I am handing out VIP, so you can watch the game along with the room, or if you have an NBA League Pass, you can connect your account. Excuse me. So yeah, man, no Trae Young for Atlanta, so obviously this game will look a little different than the first time they played the Magic. So will be interesting to see how it goes down. So Atlanta early on at home, it's like one of their a Ricochet for 3. So you like to see that, like to see Ricochet get out early, get a bucket. So like I said, first game we had Trey, second game we do not have Trey. So it will be another look. Franz was a player that kind of went off. So Atlanta's defense kind of impacting the game. Oh yeah, and they was giving away these shirts. So shout out to them. They was giving away them shirts. So I made it down to the stadium and back in time. So shout out to Atlanta for the giveaway. They gave away these Dyson bobbleheads and some free T-shirts as Paulo gets it to go there. Paulo didn't have the greatest game against Atlanta. He had a nice first quarter, but that was about it. There you go. And one. And one, Zach. Let's go. As Zach gets a nice early and one there to go from the dish from Dyson. So we get a nice little replay here. Nice cut. Nice finish, man. He beats Bang. Nice little finish there. Let's go. Nice start for Atlanta. Nice start for Ricochet. He got 5 early ones. So 4 to 6 here early on. We'll see what the Magic's offense looks like. So, like I said, Paulo didn't have the greatest game against Atlanta the first matchup. So he got 4 early on here. Jalen misses that 3. That's Zach Ricochet has all 6 of Atlanta's points. He's got a 3 and a 3-point play. So good defense there from Chris Stapps on Franz. Way to find them. Damn, travel. So Jalen found the kill. The kill thought about putting it up and second guessed that. So it's a good closeout by Franz. So, so Atlanta's offense doing pretty well here in the early going. So hopefully they can. There we go. And the starters are kind of the same ones. Oh man, ill will. That is tough. Let's see if I can hook you up, man. Let's see if I can hook you up. I appreciate you tapping in. See if that blesses you. I hooked you up with a VIP, so hopefully that works. If it's blacked out for your region, I apologize, man. This is a hey, I got you, man. I got you. I got you. I appreciate you tapping into the open gym over here on playback, man. Trying to hook up everybody as possible. As Paulo misses the 3. And for sure, man. For sure, for sure. Appreciate you in here checking out Atlanta basketball. Who you a fan of, man? Who's your team? Who's your squad? As you can see, you know, probably know who I'm going for, who I'm rooting for in this matchup. So Jalen Suggs got he drew the foul. He's going to the line for 2. So yeah, man, this is one of Atlanta's first national broadcast games. They played OKC, OKC is OKC. Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I know a couple folks from Detroit, so think uh I think Detroit and I think Detroit, Atlanta are probably one of the most underrated teams in the East. So shout out to you. Shout out to the Detroit fan tapping in. They kinda not showing us love, man. And one! Another one. Ricochet, let's go. Get big on them. Get big on them. As Ricochet gets another drive to go plus the foul. And one. Hey, let's go. So Ricochet putting on a show here for the nation, man, for the nation. So we gotta realize this is a national broadcast. So Ricochet gets the +1 to go. I believe he has all 9 of Atlanta's points here early on in the first 3 minutes. So excuse me, 9 minutes here to go. It is a 1-point game. Yeah, I feel you. As Dyson picks up the steal, I don't know if anybody deflected it, but I feel you, man. I feel you. That's kind of how I feel about football. Like I don't really pay attention. Hey, oh, that's goaltending, bro. That's goaltending. So Jalen Suggs throws it away, and Ricochet gathers it. Jalen, yeah, I was about to say we got a foul here. So Jalen went to the line, or Jalen is going to the line, but Will, that's definitely how I feel about football, especially like in college sports too. Any college sport. That ball looked to be on the rim. But man, yeah, best of luck to the Pistons this year, dog. As um, Jalen finally chips in scoring wise here early on. He's the first player in franchise history to record 125 points, 50 rebounds, and 30 assists in the first 6 games. So Jalen making an impact early on, which you love to see if you're a Hawks fan um, this season. But just this game, it's still early, but got his first two there at the line. Wendell Carter is he forced one right there. Hey, no, Ricochet sold it, but he got it to go. He made up for it. He made up for it as he went up for the reverse slam, but popped in and out and can't get that one to go, but gets that floater to go. So Ricochet early on having a great game. So 13-8. Ricochet has what 11. So good stuff from Ricochet. Good stuff from Ricochet. 1 second, y'all. All right. So we're back. My fault, y'all. What are they drawing? Ayo. Ayo. So we're catching the in arena entertainment right now. But hey, man, shout out to the Hawks, bro. With this memorabilia piece here, Dyson Daniels. It kind of look like Jalen, but it's Dyson, number 5, Dyson Daniels. So I copped that. I went to a networking event down there. Um, so I caught this before I exited. So yes, man, Atlanta here with the early lead. So like I said, man, it's kind of a different look for Atlanta as they have no Trey for I don't know, man. They got no Trey for at least 4 weeks, and then he gets reevaluated, and then they'll let us know. So yes, I'm weak. I'm weak. So Luke Kennard is drawing one in the in arena entertainment portion. So they had them draw the logo. That's pretty funny. So so yeah, man. The State Farm looks to be rocking. It looks to be doing well over there. So yeah, man. Shout out to everybody tapped in here watching the Atlanta Hawks take on the Orlando Magic. So play continues 8-13. Atlanta's holding a 5-point lead here early on. So we got an offensive foul going Atlanta's way. That foul was offensive. Let's go. So Atlanta here with the same lineup, it looks like. Starters are still in for Atlanta. So I got Chris Stapps against Wendell. Get some nice little post hop. So no parlay, Will, no parlay, unfortunately, man. I'm not too much of a gambling man. Um, Nothing really against it, but as the Silver gets that layup to fall, cuts it to a 3-point deficit for the Magic. But yeah, man, cause I got too much bias, bro. So hey, Jalen knocks down a three over Paolo mouthpiece. Yeah, I got too much bias, bro. Sometimes I be trusting players that I like, so I left it alone, bro. To be honest, I left it alone. There you go. Jalen, good defense there on you should look for I say the key guys for Atlanta to watch for key guys for Atlanta to watch for Jalen, Ricochet, and Dyson. But yeah, man, I got too much love invested, I guess. I let my love get in the way or my positive, optimistic outlook. But back to Atlanta, yeah, as their offensive possession does not fall as Paolo gets that matchup against Paolo and Jalen Johnson. Definitely watch that. Those are 2-point forwards looking to uh, impact the league. So obviously Kristaps too. Watch how he gels with Atlanta. Um, Not too much knowledge about the Magic, honestly. But you can watch how their new players are integrated as well. Desmond Bain, Tyus Jones. Um, but look for the development of Atlanta's young guys. I really believe in Ricochet, who was off to a hot start. I think he has what 11. So Ricochet, um, Dyson, believe in Dyson, man. Watch for Dyson Daniels. He's averaging, I think, 3 steals this year. So back on his timing. So we got a foul here. But Jalen is popping. He's making a name for himself this year. So he's averaging about like 23 over these last 8 games, 9 games. So man, I wish Coach Quinn would let him do what he does in my career because that's where I be on. That's where I be too. That's where I be too. Um, if I'm not watching a Hawks game, I'm usually on 2K, and I always go to the Hawks. This year I had to play it out and then go, but because I got drafted. I got drafted to the Nuggets. I was MPJ's replacement. So, but yeah, and then the rotations are, if you're they call it, sicko, Hawk sicko. The rotations have been a talking point for Atlanta fans. So just if you want to pay attention to the rotations, that's something big to kind of keep an eye on. So as I say that, Mo Gay, Onyeka Okongwu, and Luke Kennard check in the game for Atlanta. So Onyeka rips that away. I believe this lineup right here, the pairing of Jalen and Onyeka is gonna be, gonna feed family. So those two have really good chemistry on the court. So Mo Gay has entered the game. He only got 8 minutes. I know folks was mad about that. So Mo Gay is in the game early on here, with 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Atlanta holding on to a 6-point lead as Luke Kennard turns the ball over. Kind of got trapped there in the corner with Tyus Jones. Yeah, this matchup right here though, Paolo against Jalen. Jalen was in foul trouble last game, so he didn't really kind of go off statistically in the stats wise, but we got the dub and he was important. So there we go, Luke. That's a good shot. Luke Kennard gets the three, but he doesn't get it to fall. 4-point lead for Atlanta. So luckily, Orlando isn't an incredibly great 3-point shooting team. So Moge cuts off Paulo there. Like I said, Moge. Oh yeah, and one Jalen with the left hand. No foul is crazy. So Jalen with that nice transition finish right there for 7 points. So 14 to 20. Jalen shooting 2 of 3 early on here. Tristan the Silva gets that three. So like I said, man, Orlando's not the greatest 3-point shooting team. So, you want to benefit off the misses. So Nikhil straight away off the Onyeka handoff, no good. So, ooh, good stuff. Nikhil active over there. Nikhil hasn't had the greatest shooting performances this early season, but he has been a dog on defense. So really not too concerned about that. Um, yeah, not too concerned about that. So uh, he's just remained active on defense and on offense, trying to help the team out, get to the line, find his shot. So Anthony Black fumbles it. We got 6 in the shot clock. That's too easy of a drive. That's too hard of a pass. Steal from Nikhil. Like I said, aggressive, and that's what you need if you're a Hawks fan. So Nikhil gets a steal, and he said, "It's my meal, bruh." That should be a push off. So Jalen Suggs in the oh no, that was Anthony Black. He decided to watch the shot go all the way. I know Jalen Suggs had a little mishap. Jalen finds Kennard in the corner, but it's an offensive foul on Onyeka jockeying for position down there, which is crazy, man. That's kind of crazy. So wild, wild, wild. So they're replaying Jalen's nice little transition layup there. So Jalen hits the bench for the first time tonight. So Atlanta holding on 5 points with 3:47. Magic got their newly acquired Tyus Jones in. Yeah, kind of expected. Magic got that 2 go, nice little alley-oop. That's a little aggressive defense, man. So it's a good pass. Moge in the corner for 3. For 3. Moge, man, that's gonna be a household name here soon. A lot of for NBA fans, I should say. That's not gonna be like a star. So Jonathan Isaac can't answer back, man. Phone's still ringing. 19 to 25 as Atlanta's on the break. But yeah, Moge, man, he's gonna have a breakout year. Onyeka, that's a good shot. Onyeka's been shooting a lot better this year from three, so a lot more consistently, a lot more confidently too, which is a great thing to see. Onyeka's been working on his game, so like to see it pay off. Scramble mode for Atlanta. Yeah, they forced a miss, lost on the defensive glass, but they got that there. How? How? Onyeka picks up number 2. So last game, Jalen Johnson was in foul trouble. Last game against the Magic, Jalen Johnson was in foul trouble. Now it's Onyeka picked up 2 in the first quarter. So excuse me. Um, don't know what we'll see. So yeah, man, the rotations. The last game against the Magic featured a lot of Asa Newell. Well, a lot of Jalen, a lot of there was no Ricochet and no Porzingis, so we were missing 2 guys that game. Trae Young was out there, so that was a game I think he didn't have 17 assists, but he had a good amount. So yes, it was a good result for Atlanta. The progress was really, really good though. They did really, really good in a lot of a lot of areas. They lost the rebounding battle if I'm not mistaken, but during this timeout, we're gonna check on the box score. So yes, Dyson, Nikhil, Zach, Kristaps, and Jalen started the game for Atlanta. I'd say they all had pretty good results. Zach 4 or 5 from the field, 11 points. So good start for Zach. Good start for Jalen, 2 or 3, 7 points. Both those players got to the line once. So good job at attacking the rim. Like I said, Kristaps, Dyson, Nikhil, not too active scoring, but really good in other areas. Dyson, 2 assists. Um, I guess they didn't credit him with the steal. They gave that to Porzingis and Ricochet. So defense is doing really well, and Yucca chipping in with the minutes he's gotten. So I don't know if they're challenging this or what. So Yeah, man, no Trey this game, man. Trey is out for, the next, like, 3.5 weeks, so sprained MCL, so he will be reevaluated in, they said, 4 weeks, about, Wednesday last week, Thursday last week. So, yeah, man, no Trey, unfortunately, so we'll see what, these next couple weeks look like. So they're replaying it's actually against the Magic, so this is Jamal Crawford hitting that shot if you're tapping into the game with us here in the open gym. So I actually met Jamal when he played in Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta Hawks legend. Um, so Jamal Crawford, definitely cool as hell. I met him, like I said, when his tenure when he was playing for Atlanta. He was cool. It was like a, fan meet and greet, at the stadium. So he was mad cool, man. He was like, chopped it up a little as much as possible. But he asked me who my favorite player was, and I was like, "You, bro." And he was like, "Bro, relax." Like, so I appreciate it. I was like, "Nah, man. Like, I'm from the Northwest. Like, I really know who you are, bro." So he is from Seattle. So me being born in Idaho, uh, I definitely knew of a lot of Northwest hoopers or anybody from around that region. Not a lot of so we got a foul here, and it happens to be going the other way. So they might have challenged it and flipped it. So there we go on Onyeka. Onyeka hasn't had the greatest results from the line, but gets an early one to go. So can push the lead to 8. Not quite. Leaves it short on the rim. So 1 or 2, not bad, not bad. 2.5 minutes to go. 1926. So V. Krejci has checked in the game for Atlanta. No signs of Keenan Wallace here early on. So Keenan had flu-like symptoms, so I'm not quite sure if he's out again, but he's usually the guy that kind of is the feature guy here. So we'll see what those rotations are looking like. So this is Dyson v. Mo. Dyson got that nice spin, bro. Okay, Dyson, go on, brother. Go on, brother. Let go. Wendell Carter, we'll live with that as he breaks that 3. Dyson corrals the board. Interesting. Oh, I thought he called a foul. My all-time Hawks team as Moge gets that up. It'd be Trey, Joe, Dominique, mm, Trey, Joe, Dominique. Hear me out. Josh Smith, and then Mutombo. So Franz going to the line. So yeah. And my 6th man would be Jetty. Hey, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Jay Smooth. Look, bro. I don't know if you can see, but that's Jay Smooth right there. That's the legend himself. So, big Hawks fan. So the legend himself is in the open gym, commemorated. So Jay Smooth is my starting four. So facts, bro. He was nice with the Pistons. I'm pretty sure he had a 40 point, if I'm not mistaken. At least a 30 point. That's when he started hitting threes really consistently. So I wish Atlanta didn't give up on him. We we were booing Josh Smith every time he shot a three in what formerly was called Phillips as Veet breaks away there. Nice transition. So Veet having a positive impact here early on. 23-32. First game, he really got playing time last game. Did not, kind of had to shake the rust off. So good to see Veet kind of contributing. back-to-back buckets for Atlanta. They're on a little 4-0 run here to close out the, first quarter. So Anthony Black picks up the long rebound. Atlanta has to do a good job, man. They cannot allow the Magic to have a big game on the offensive glass. So if they want to suffocate them, that's a good way. Dyson, good closeout on Jonathan Isaac. Shot clock violation, dog. Defense is suffocating, like I said, man. Thankfully, Magic missed on the second and third opportunities. But like I said, Atlanta has to do a good job on the defensive glass, rebounding if they want to make an impact early on this in this game. So it's exactly what they're doing. They're not allowing the Magic to corral their misses, and the Magic are missing a lot. And, like I said, Magic aren't the greatest three-point shooting team in the league, so you can afford to kinda give up some shots because they might just mess around and miss them. So good results here early on from Atlanta as Luke Kennard gets him up in the air, finds Mo Gay in the corner. Ooh, can't get it to go. Can't get it to go, Mo. It's all good, Mo. Keep shooting that. So, like I said, rotations early on here for Atlanta are a thing to watch. So early on here, 9-point lead. Man, what? Facts. Bruh, he really stopped dunking to like after he left Atlanta. He would occasionally get one off. I think when he played with Houston is when when he got back activated, a time or two. Um, just because James Harden was popping shit. So facts, bro. Pistons were struggling when Josh Smith got there. Um, and that was kind of right before Blake Griffin came too. So um, he kind of missed out on like success, I think. Um, when y'all did kind of were back to being average with Blake Griffin. Facts. Y'all did get kind of the end of career, but at least y'all had like all right performances from him. It wasn't like Shaq on the Celtics or Suns, you know. But yeah, I think my seventh man for that all time team too might be Al Horford. I know Al Horford left not on the best terms, but facts. Yeah, Blake's knees were done by the time he was on the Pistons, bro. He literally gave it all he got for y'all though. That's real though. That's real. That's something you can appreciate. You may have not done much for the Pistons, but that's something you can appreciate. You know, he gave it his all. So I don't know what the in arena entertainment is right now. So they got Trey listening off, I guess, like school, the curriculum or something. Different, different classes in high school. So shout out to Atlanta, man, off to an early lead here. So it's the break in between quarters, first and second quarter. We'll take a look at these team stats real quick as the game progresses. So if you're just tapping into the open gym, I appreciate it. We're tapped into the Atlanta Hawks versus Orlando Magic here. So Atlanta kind of was going back and forth early on in that first quarter, then jumped out to their 9-point lead. What turned out to be a 9-point lead. So Atlanta is up by 9. It's the biggest margin they've led throughout this game. So Atlanta already losing the rebounding battle, but not really a big deal. Um, Orlando has found some long rebounds on the offensive glass for them. So that's kind of why they're sitting 4 rebounds ahead of Atlanta. But Atlanta's done a good job at getting their offense going. It's 6-5 Magic's way in the assist category. So I wouldn't, be too worried early on. So Atlanta's done a really good job too at getting the Magic to turn the ball over. So it's 4-1 in that category, 4 steals, 2-1. Um, so with that being said, the turnover battle is in Atlanta's favor, 3-5. So you want to obviously always win that turnover battle, 3-5 right now for Atlanta. So want to be on top of that. Like I said, the Magic aren't a great 3-point shooting team. They are sitting at 10% early on here. So Atlanta not too much better. They're 33%, but haven't got a lot up, I don't think. So So here early on, finally got a Keaton Wallace appearance. He was out with flu-like symptoms last game, so it's Keaton, Dyson, Zach, Onyeka, and Onyeka and Porzingis. So here, when the first quarter or second quarter just started, Jalen Suggs gets one up over Ricochet, clanks it off the back of the rim. So yeah, early on in the second quarter, Keaton Wallace is in the game. So expect a lot of minutes from Keaton. The young guy just got signed this offseason. Probably could have attacked the basket there, Zach. But he finds Keaton. Keaton gets the long rebound. That's why you always follow your shots. As Zach can't get that to go. Dyson tried to get the offensive rebound, but ties in the corner, can't get it to go. We are benefiting from the Magic not being able to shoot too well from three. So come on, Zach. We need some creation, big dog. It's a good find. So Onyeka draws a foul on the little guy, Jalen Suggs. He had the mismatch down there, mouse in the house. So it's still sitting at 9 points. Nobody scored. Nobody scored, man. Let's pop the top on this second quarter, Hawks. Let's get this going. So Jalen Suggs picks up his second foul. Onyeka hits the bench. Line up with him and Porzingis doesn't get too much time. So Luke Kennard subs in for Onyeka. Good stuff. Go find. Come on, Zach. For three. Ricochet for three, man. That's you can tell, man. I'm hyped for Zach, man. I really want Zach to have a good game. That's a high elbow there. So Jalen Suggs may have gotten away with one. Dyson against Franz. Yeah, defense affecting him as Luke Kennard is on the break. Hits Tyus Jones with a spin move. Finds Porzingis. And Porzingis gets it up, man. Doesn't get it to go, but gets the foul call. So Wendell Carter picks up, I believe, his second. So good stuff from Atlanta. Um, I like these matchups. Franz is going to be guarded by Dyson, and Jalen is going to guard Paulo. So I really am encouraged by those matchups. If they tend to match up throughout the year or down the road in the postseason. Dyson against Franz. I mean, come on, it's Dyson Daniels. Bro, come on, bro. It's Dyson Daniels, dog. It's the Great Barrier Thief, brother. It's the Great Barrier Thief, dog. I don't know what you heard, man, but it's Dyson Daniels. I believe Dyson's gonna win that matchup. I say 7 out of 10 games. So and Paulo against Jalen, folks gonna know, man. Jalen is gonna be a force to be reckoned with this year. So um, he gonna put people on notice this year. So it's a positive sign. Atlanta is 8 of 9 from the free throw line. They've kind of struggled this season. So Atlanta corrals the Magic miss. It's good to see Magic missing, man. I can't lie. Pretty easy shots too. So obviously you want Atlanta to take advantage of these opportunities where Magic probably gonna start hitting those later on in the game. So Dyson somehow finds Keaton in the corner. Keaton finds the mismatch. It's Franz against Porzingis and one. You too little. You too little. Let's go, Porzingis. Like I said, Keaton finds Porzingis and Porzingis. Yeah, man, go to work, dog. Yeah, man, too little. Mouse in the house and one. Let's go. As Porzingis goes to the line to knock down this 3-point play opportunity. You love to see that if you're an Atlanta fan, man. Just positive stuff here early on. Onyeka checks back in the game. So yeah, man. Atlanta off to a great start, bro. Up 15. Up 15. Let's see if they can hold up. Let's see if they can, handle business, man. I don't want to get hyped too early on here and, get clipped at the end of this with a stank face. I don't take Atlanta losses personal, but that shit hurt. So no Franz, it's Desmond Bane in. So Tyson is checked in there, causing a ruckus on defense, and Atlanta gets another turnover. There we go, Dyson. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, man. as the Magic are forced to call a timeout, man. It's sitting at 18 points. Let's go. Business as usual, dog. Man, it feels good. It feels good to be a Hawks fan right now, man. It just feels good. You know what I'm saying? It just feels good, man. I got this T-shirt from the organization. I got the bobblehead that they were giving out to the first 5,000 fans in State Farm. Man, shout out to them, bro. Man. But yes, we are in a break in the action, so we'll check back to the stats. So let's go to the player stats, man. Let's go do some box score watching. So Ricochet having a great game, dog. 5 of 7 from the field, 13 points. So having a good game. Nice to see that from Ricochet. Although other stats aren't like popping off the page. One steal, one assist, and two rebounds, man. Contributing in all areas of the game here early on. So it might be a little bit, but hey, he's doing a lot for the team right now. So a lot of players right now are gonna have to chip in since Atlanta is missing Trey Young for this game and the next like at least 3.5 weeks. So no Trey Young means Atlanta is gonna have to have some guys step up. So Ricochet is doing a good job. Jalen has done a good job and is doing a good job this game. 7 points, 2 rebounds. Not a lot of production, but taking on the matchup of Paulo, expect him to, you know, not have the typical statistical game, but just watch that matchup with Paulo. Watch Paulo's numbers as well. That'll be kind of how you judge Jalen's game, in my opinion. But Chris Kristaps having a good game as well. Mm, Same thing. Stats are jumping off the page, but just impacting the game, being there on defense. Putting his hands up. Atlanta, found foul trouble last time they played the Magic as well. So Atlanta doing a really good job. Dyson steals. Let's check out Dyson steals. My fault if I was keeping you waiting. No steals at the moment. No steals at the moment. But I think, you know, since we are watching the game, we're not just box score watching it. He's impacted the game in many ways. He's caused turnovers. He hasn't got the stat for them, but he has been there in the action causing the turnover. Whether it's somebody will get just a tip and he'll corral it, or he'll make a defender change a direction, and then the other guy will get the off ball steal. Excuse me. But Atlanta doing a really good job on defense, turning the ball over, getting the Magic to be uncomfortable, turn the ball over pretty easily, if you ask me. Onyeka has 3 steals. Kristaps and Ricochet have 2, and they've committed a lot of unforced turnovers as well, as they're sitting at 6. And just fouls as well on the offensive end. So no steals for Dyson, which he's averaging about 3 this year in the early going. So you want to see? I think that the record is like 3.1, if I'm not mistaken. So you want to see Dyson eclipse that. So I think it's very likely to. A Hawks are jumping, but Jalen Suggs doing a good job at staying patient. Keaton Wallace doing a good job attacking. There we go. Kind of took a minute. 9 to go. Quick release. No dip. Ooh, I thought it was good. Ricochet. Good look, though. This Ricochet can't get it to go. That offense kind of. No way that's a foul. No way, bro. That's actually ridiculous. With the forearm extension, Desmond Bain just got tiny arms, so they couldn't see the push off. So it's understandable. So 17 points is the deficit for the Magic. So you would like to see Atlanta hold on to this lead here early on. It doesn't have to be, 20, 30 points, but they are doing a good job at disrupting Orlando's offense. So you like to just see them, continue that. So as Desmond Bay gets to the line here for, I think that's his first time getting to the line. So knocks down the first one. Moge enters the game for Kristaps. We'll see who's in the game for Dyson too. So it's probably Onyeka for Kristaps and Dyson is probably out by Mo. They have been running Dyson at the 4 this year. Probably not my favorite. Excuse me, which is exactly what they did. They had Dyson at the 4 there for a quick second. So luckily nipped that in the bud. It's kind of doing a disservice to Dyson, I think. Is trying to ask him to do too much. Step through. Oh, could have been a clip, man. It's Bitaze kind of ruins that. Ricochet, get that out of here. Get that shot out of here, dog. Get that shot out of here. Ricochet, pull up. No foul. It's crazy work. That's actually nasty on the pull up three from Ricochet, but good defense from Ricochet on Anthony Black to cause the miss. Three ball, Desmond Bain. That's one of their only hopes to catch flame from three. So Atlanta has to do a good job running him off the 3-point line as Atlanta gets a timeout here. So yeah, they fouled Ricochet on that 3-point attempt. I don't know what they were seeing. They've been calling Atlanta on that high five all year. So Mo Gay said, "Get that shot out of here. Get that shot out of here." So it might have been a goaltending low key. It don't matter, bro. They missed a call on the other end for a three shot foul. So Ricochet should have been going to the line. So another break in the action. Atlanta calls a timeout this time. They're kind of letting that lead slip. So kind of don't want to see that. Rotations kind of have played a factor into that, but right now it's I think Ricochet, Onyeka, Jalen, and Mo Gay out there. Don't know who is holding down the PG spot. It might be Luke, but we'll see, man. Nikhil, not too much PT. Uh, him and Kristaps. Oh, Jalen's 8 minutes too, so they might be trying to pair Jalen and Paolo, but kind of match up those minutes. You never really know what the coaching staff has, up their sleeve minutes wise. So here in the break in the action, we'll check out them game stats as well. So oh no way he made it. Oh, he didn't make it. So close. Yeah, so far. So Atlanta jumped out to an 18-point lead, but it's slowly losing it. They're still up by 11 though. So you want to see Atlanta kind of stick to their guns and kind of play that suffocating defense that they were playing. Don't really want to fall into a shooting match with Orlando. You still want to get good shots, find those mismatches, and take advantage of them. Orlando not terribly undersized. I wouldn't say underskilled, if that even is a word. But I definitely think Atlanta. Their matchups kind of the matchups do favor Atlanta. That's what I should say. That's what I should say. So with that being said, I think Atlanta should take advantage of you know the mismatches they have. Wendell Carter isn't going to be able to guard Kristaps. I don't think Paolo is able to guard Jalen. I don't think anybody over there on Orlando can guard the centers for Atlanta. Excuse me, y'all. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they got going on. Gonna be interesting. So here early on, Atlanta is holding on to a 11-point lead. So not a great shooting night for either team. Atlanta's sitting at 46% from the field and only 23% from the three, which surprisingly they are ahead of Orlando. Orlando is shooting 15% from three. So yeah, man. Let me know what y'all opinions are on this game, man. What y'all think? Who's in your parlay, man? What numbers you need? What overs you need? What unders you need? On the floor? Yeah, on the floor. So thankfully on the floor, Jalen. Like I said, nobody on Orlando is able to guard Jalen. So yes. Um think Paolo picks up the foul there. Anthony Black, I hope Anthony Black has a bad game. Not gets injured or nothing, but I hope Anthony Black has a bad game. He didn't join the Open Gym crew on 2K, so yeah, I invited him. What? It looked like Jamal Mosley ain't got no ears. Dog, it looks like he ain't got no ears. This is like tucked away in the skull. Yeah, that's a foul. 40 feet away from the basket is not great. So Atlanta picks up their second team foul. So they're gonna talk about this. It's gonna be a talking point all year. Atlanta is the third youngest team in the NBA, 24 years and 182 days, sitting behind Brooklyn and Washington, right ahead of the Bulls and the Magic. So two of the youngest teams in the NBA right here matched up, which is kind of surprising. So Orlando's a young team, which is good for them, and Atlanta's a young team, which is great for us. So hopefully these next couple years are successful for Atlanta. You like to see that. No dip three by De Silva is a bucket, as that was a decent closeout. So 8-point game as De Silva gets that to go. It wasn't the greatest idea. It wasn't the greatest, but I see the vision, man. The kill tries to find Onyeka on that little short roll. As the ball swings for the Magic, and somehow De Silva doesn't step out of bounds as Paolo sizes up on Onyeka. Onyeka playing good D, and De Silva airballs it. There we go. Thank you. That way, as Bitadze finally gets called for a foul. He's been pestering Onyeka all night down there. So hopefully that pushes should be the fifth foul in the last couple of minutes, man. That should push Atlanta over the bonus. So Atlanta done a good job not committing fouls. They've also done a good job at drawing fouls. So they are headed to the line here as Onyeka draws a foul on Goga Bitadze. So Onyeka struggling, but he hits that first one. So it's an 8-point lead for Atlanta. Or it was an 8-point lead. Now it is a 9-point lead as Dyson checks in for Mo Gay. Man, it's good to see Mo Gay early on. He hasn't got a lot of burn here in the season. I think he's worked for it. So it's good to see him kind of get rewarded for that. So there we go on Yeka. 2 for 2. Try to use that announcer's jinx against him. Um, 12 for 13. Good stuff from Atlanta. They've done really good. They've improved from early on the season. Usually they're kind of struggling. Desmond Bain straight away threes, two open, man. So he cuts it to what, 7? Dyson from three. Trey ball for three. There we go, Dyson. Jalen finds Dyson on the wing right there. Dyson Daniels gets his 7th point to go. Jalen picks up his first dime of the game. Not the and one, bro. Paolo gets the bucket and the foul, but he said every time. Yeah, right, brother. You missed the last couple and you dished them off. It's not every time. But Orlando slowly coming back, man. Slowly but surely. So it's an 8-point game. Paolo's at the line for a 3-point play opportunity. Onyeka now picks up his second foul. They challenged the call. I don't know if they challenged it, but there you go, Onyeka. Making sure Paolo doesn't collect his missed ball and lie. I just like to say that, announce that real quick. So 38 to 46. So Dyson and Onyeka with that two-man game. Dyson finds Nikhil. That's too easy. Nikhil finds Onyeka for three. Let's go, baby. Onyeka with the tray ball. Like I said, Onyeka's done a great job at incorporating that into his game. So Onyeka gets the three for his 6 point. Nikhil gets his first dime of the game as well. So good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. That skip pass is what Orlando likes. It seems to be Atlanta's kind of okay with giving that skate pass up. So good cut, bounce pass too hard, and it winds up going off Jalen's feet. So So 41-49, 8-point lead for Atlanta. So 5 minutes to go. I seen a vision. Nikhil saw Dyson just a little too hard on the bounce pass. Nikhil's passes, you kind of see the not rustiness, but you just kind of see where you miss Trey. And like I said, Atlanta crashes. They gotta crash the glass. You gotta crash the glass, dog. As it's 6 points now. So Atlanta did a good job at making a miss. That's good, man. Anthony Black commits a silly foul right there. So you like to see that for Atlanta. But like I said, man, you have to corral the ball on a missed shot. That's one of the only ways Orlando has found themselves back in. They have hit a couple threes, hit a couple shots, but you cannot let those second chance, third chance opportunities go. You can't let it happen, man. That's just shooting yourself in the foot. So Nikhil finds himself at the line for Atlanta. So like I said, man, can't have that if you're a Hawk fan, man, or you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. As Anthony Black picks up his second foul, Kristaps Porzingis re-entered the game. He seemed to be giving Orlando some problems just with his height. So hopefully he can impact the game again. Maybe grab some boards. Last game was a really good one for not last game, but it was the Pacer game. Pacer game was really good on the glass for him and Jalen. Still got out rebounding, I think. Maybe I could be wrong, but still, Jalen had like 13. They had like 20 something combined, so it was a good performance for them. So stay on your feet, dog. No way, that's a foul. Jalen's a little jumpy over there in the corner. Probably should have stayed on his feet. Not allowed baseline. Let's see. Yeah, that's a foul. As Porzingis is like he's a nice, backline defender. He's not the most athletic, but he is 7'3", so 7'3", 7'4". So Porzingis, ball don't lie, brother. Ball don't lie, brother. As Porzingis fouls Paolo, but Paolo misses the first of two. Probably gonna make this second one, huh? But early voting, man. Make sure y'all get out and vote for sure. 6 points, 44-50. Excuse me. 4 minutes to go here. It's where you miss Trey, man. It's where you miss Trey. So Nikhil with an unfortunate another turnover that's gonna put Orlando in the bonus with that foul. Nikhil not having the greatest outing here at home for Atlanta. So 6 points. Anthony Black's going to the line. Like I said, Nikhil, like I said, excuse me, I don't mean to repeat myself. But Nikhil, not the greatest game, man. Not the greatest game so far. Not the greatest. 4 turnovers here early on. So, like I said, Atlanta greatly missing Trey Young. Greatly, greatly. So, Atlanta electing to leave Nikhil in. Hopefully, he can kind of turn it around here to end the second quarter going into halftime. And Atlanta can kind of walk away with a lead still. So, 4 points. So, Atlanta, pushed out to an 18-point lead. Kind of has evaporated here. So Atlanta they just need to hold on to the ball. So Nikhil, Luke, Dyson, Kristaps, and Jalen in for Atlanta. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good find from Dyson to Jalen. Jalen going up strong. Something he's definitely worked on. His finishing around the rim has greatly improved this year. It's actually really impressive. He was shooting last time I checked early on. It was 70% around the rim. Probably has those numbers probably have increased low key throughout these early games. That's a foul, Wendell Carter. That's a foul, dog. What you doing? You can't push people. So Porzingis draws a foul on Wendell Carter. So as we are wrapping up the end of the second quarter, I think 4 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go. I don't know. It took away the clock. So this season, Atlanta's averaging 56.9 points in the paint. That's third in the NBA. And the Magic are allowing or what? 57? What? I don't get that. So, I don't get that stat. I don't know how Orlando is maybe that's, like, against Atlanta sitting 3rd? I don't know. But 53 to 46 here. Porzingis is at the line, knocks it down, so pushes it to 8. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes and 14 seconds. So Atlanta holding on to this lead. Starters are back in for Atlanta, and Nikhil just not having the greatest game so far as he picks up a loose ball foul here. Unfortunately, that's I don't know, man. Nikhil's not he's not bad, man. I'm not harping on him. He just had a rough game here. So hopefully, second foul. Um, as Desmond Bain goes to the line. Both teams are in the bonus, and then they kind of shot that a little short, brother. T-Rex arms misses that. So Desmond Bain misses the first of two. Nikhil, he'll find his rhythm, y'all. He'll find his rhythm. He does a good job at attacking when he can't find a shot. So definitely expect that. Definitely got some, maybe some jitters or something. Kinda knows that is a, important matchup here, so he is filling in for Trae Young, so not the typical starter for Atlanta there at the point guard position, so like I said kinda multiple times. And one? Good stuff, man. That move that right there by Porzingis is insanely good, man. He draws a foul almost 75, 80% of the time. If he doesn't draw a foul, he probably is gonna hit the shot 80% of the time. So, man, you like to see Kristaps, incorporate his game at the same time, kind of help Atlanta get to their game. So when him and Trey were kind of gelling, it was a good sight to see. Unfortunately, Trey went down in the Nets game a couple games ago, so they weren't able to get that chemistry fully there. So Kristaps knocks down the first of two. Wendell Carter checks out. I believe he got 3 fouls. So Wendell Carter checks out. Like I said, Orlando's bigs are gonna have a tough time with Atlanta's bigs, which is going to be a theme, I think, throughout this year for sure, as Atlanta has greatly improved their front court. So with the addition of Porzingis, as he misses that is in and out, but Onyeka Okongwu, if you're a casual NBA fan, be ready to learn that name. Is He is probably our best center at the moment, even though he comes off the bench. So expect me to push on Yeka Kongwu narratives as Jalen does a good job playing straight up against Paolo, forcing a miss. It's not every time, like Paolo says. Where's the foul, dog? Come on, bro. Yes, count the basket and one. So Jonathan Isaac picks up the foul. Oh yeah, that's an and one. Jalen says, "Get off me, bro. I'm too strong." And Jalen Suggs tries to make up for his, Nick Young-esque three-pointer highlight the other day. Jamal Mosley really don't got no ears, bro. Count the basket. That's what I'm talking about. So Jalen gets the N1 opportunity. He's going to the line. It's a good transition bucket. Paulo trying to talk shit, man. He trying to talk shit. He trying to get in everybody's head. Commend him. That might be part of his game. But Paulo really talk a lot of shit. Paulo really talk a lot of shit for no reason. Cause I don't know, man. He nice. But I think he letting that number one pick stuff go to his head. But hey, what do I know? As Jalen is going to the line, dog, foul the shit out of him, and you hit it after the ball hit the glass. Oh, that's not a goaltend, dog. The ball don't lie too. So Jalen, I don't know what happened. Technical foul. So it's all good. Jalen will get 3 shots at the line. So take on Jalen Suggs. Ref saying, "Oh well, cry me a river, Jalen. Just go to the bench, please." So Jalen Suggs picks up a take along with the personal foul, and one. So, excuse me, 3-point play opportunity, not 3 shots at the line. So 3-point play. So Jalen knocks the free throw down, misses the technical free throw. Good show, good hedge by Nikhil, not allowing Paulo to go off that screen. Paulo finds friends. Atlanta. Hey, Desmond Bain is haunted by Dyson. Dyson doing a great job just getting in the way, man. Great stuff. Ricochet for 3. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Atlanta offense or defense to offense right there. That's what you love to see, man. So great stuff. Nikhil started it off, forcing Paulo to kind of choose not to attack the offense defense. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. So Atlanta gets the deflection as Franz drove on Porzingis. Porzingis said, "Get that little stuff out of here, little boy." So starters are in for Atlanta. It's a good look. Good look. Porzingis is guarding Paolo. Franz against Dyson. Force, yeah, that's the shot you want them. That's the shot you want them to take. So, 80 seconds to go. Porzingis for 3. Can't get it to go. Fight for the ball. Hey, Hawks did a good job at fighting for it, so couldn't come up with it. That's what you like to see. No way. That was not deflected, bro. Hold on, bro. I gotta see that replay. So Dyson playing good defense on Bane right there, just getting in the way. Like I said, haunted from when he played on Memphis and Dyson got that game winning steal on him. Dyson finds Ricochet on the wing. It's really good to see. We might have a coach's challenge here, first coach's challenge of the game. So a minute 12 to go. Like I said, Atlanta's defense is going to be a key to their offense, man. That's definitely a key to their offense as like I said, Atlanta, that's how I think Atlanta's that's how I think they look. That's when I hold on, what am I trying to say? Excuse me. That's when I think they look the best is when they get a lot of their offense from defense. When they get a lot of steals, get out running in the break. Um, Showtime, man. That's why I'm a hey man, we gotta rename State Farm the Highlight Factory 2.0. We got to. We got to, man. I think Atlanta has the players this year. It's unfortunate Trey Young isn't out. He is the ringleader dog because it's a show out here in Atlanta, man. They have the athletes finally um, for Trey to flourish. So I don't know, man. We're gonna have to rename this place the Highlight Factory because boy, we are finna get some clips this year. I promise y'all that. I promise y'all. So challenge on. Come on, man. We had the replay view. Why can't we get the replay close up? So coach's challenge here early on for Atlanta. A minute 12 to go. Finally, there we go. So Nikhil hits the ball. Yeah, deflected by who, bro? This should be one of the quickest close coaches challenges in the world, bro. Unless they're just giving a because I know teams have mandatory timeouts. So here we go with the official ruling. I don't have the volume up. Excuse me, y'all. I don't know. So it should be Atlanta's ball. Call overturned. Unless they called a foul. So excuse me, I don't have the volume up, but should be Atlanta's ball. Let's see what the ruling is. But yeah, man. 15 point lead for Atlanta? Yeah, 14. 14 points. Atlanta ball. Slide out. Dyson gets it to Nikhil. Nikhil filling in for Trey. Filling in for that. Filling in the point guard position. So like I said, Atlanta definitely missing their ringleader, but Nikhil for 3. That's what you like to see, dog. Nikhil off the Porzingis pick. Good result. Good result there. Hawks on a 14-1 run in the last 3 minutes. So Paulo, that's the shot you want. That's a brick, dog. It's Ricochet Skies for the rebound. Kicks it out to Dyson on the break. Oh shit. Yeah, Franz stumbling, bro. Yeah, Dyson's offense kind of showcased right here. Ooh, I mean, good defense from Orlando as Paolo's pushing the break. Yep, forced to kick it to Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain breaks the 3. Dyson corrals it. 20 seconds, so Atlanta gets the last shot. I don't know what that was a quick shot for Orlando. that wasn't really a smart possession by Orlando. They could have probably bled the clock, but hey, I don't care. I'm an Atlanta fan. So Atlanta gets the last. Nope. He got the shot off, but can't get it to go. Jalen tried to get that put back to go, but not in time, man. But Atlanta back to their commanding lead, almost 20 points to end the first half. So they lead by 8, no, 17 points early on in the first half. Great game from Atlanta if you're an Atlanta fan, and they're interviewing Ricochet, so Imma shut up. Still working on his English. It's all good, though. So, as you hear from Ricochet himself, man, good stuff from Ricochet. So he's, obviously getting accustomed to, the English language. But it's cool to see the number 1 pick kinda go off, man. He kinda is undervalued, so I'm a big Ricochet believer. I hope Hawks fans are too. But as the break here is, underway, NBC got the halftime, so I'm definitely gonna watch halftime. Imma watch with y'all, but I really gotta use the restroom, so I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back. Hey, we back, so we don't get the halftime, unfortunately, we get the inner ring entertainment, but, hey, man, we appreciate y'all sticking around here for the halftime. So, let's go over stats, y'all, let's go over stats. So, great game for Atlanta. I'm gonna refresh the page so we get the fresh stats. So, let's do a little box score watching here. Go through the starting five's performance, then we'll get to the bench. Excuse me, let me know if my mic just went out. Pulled on the cord, so let me know if y'all still hear me. So, starting five here for Atlanta, Ricochet. We'll just go in order. Ricochet, 6 of 10, 16 points, 3 rebounds, assist, and a steal. So great stuff from Ricochet early on, 13 minutes. One of the fewest of the starting five, but has the most points. So, like I said, rotations shall be interesting. So, Jalen Johnson, 12 points for 6. Like to see him active from the three. Hasn't really found a rhythm there early on in games. So, like to see that from Atlanta, for Atlanta, I should say. I'm gonna manage the stage here. I'm gonna turn these replays down real quick. So Chris Stapps, not the greatest overall performance on offense, but 8 points, 6 of them from the line. So unfortunately, shooting 1 of 5, can't find his shot, but he is impacting the game in other areas as best as he can. 2 steals, an assist, and a rebound. So um, 2 quick fouls, so probably not electing to play Kristaps too much. He is the second least on the starting 5 in minutes, so he's right in front of Ricochet with, like, 36 more seconds or 34 more seconds, so not unusual. Porzingis is, he has been capped around 23 to 25 minutes per game, so it's the usual kind of minutes to see for Porzingis. Unfortunately, Ricochet's been the same way, so not a lot of minutes for either of them. Porzingis for health, Ricochet probably for development. So you got to remember, Ricochet is in his second year, but you would like to see him kind of take a leap. A lot of people think he regressed. Don't think that's the case. I think Ricochet is, I think he'll have some really good shooting games, and I think he'll have some really non-present shooting games. Um, with that being said, we'll move on to Dyson. He is 3 of 3 from the field. So, if you're an Atlanta fan, it's really, really good stuff to see from Dyson. Offensively, you know, hasn't um, hasn't gotten a steal yet, but 4 assists and 4 rebounds. So those 4 assists to go along with those 7 points have impacted the game. So Dyson impacting the game in totally different areas. So you would like to see that. Um, Nikhil hasn't had the greatest offensive game, 4 turnovers, shooting 2 of 5, but his defense always makes up for, um, I should say, lack of results on the offensive end. He's been aggressive throughout the year, isn't shooting as many threes this game. He has kind of listened to Coach Quinn in an effort to get the shots up, but I think right now with the roles kinda shifted, he is, kinda that lead facilitator for Atlanta, so you might wanna have him have a different look. You don't wanna have him dishing out the three-point opportunities. You don't really need him to, you don't need him to shoot all the threes right now, um, just because his touches have increased, so just gotta take that into account. So 1 for 2 from 3 this game, so 6 points, um, unfortunately, 4 turnovers, but like I said, just an just a demon on defense, so active, really active on defense, has a block, has affected a lot of plays on the defensive end for Atlanta, so not the greatest game on the stat sheet from Nikhil, but like I said, if you're watching it, uh, the in-game stuff is just, um, immaculate, so, with Trey back, I think, man, Atlanta's just good to go. Fortunately, Trey is reevaluated in about 3.5 weeks, close to 4. He he was ruled out of, I forget what day it was, but the game against Brooklyn, um, Mo was pushed into his knee. Luckily, it was only MCL sprain, so no structural damage for Trey, so no surgery needed. Um, Reported that he has started the rehab process, so Coach Quinn has seen him at the facilities, so he's been around the team. So hoping a quick recovery for Trey, and we need our guy back. But Atlanta doing a really good job at holding it down. They had a competitive game against Cleveland, although they just off to a you know off to a late start, which has kind of been a theme for Atlanta here early on in the season. But the game against the Pacers, they executed and jumped out early to a lead and held on to it. But even that Pacer game, Pacers were up and Atlanta came back in the first quarter and kind of ran away with the game, kind of held on to it as well. So kind of has been the case here. Kind of was the case for that Magic game. They fell behind early, had to get themselves up off the mat and fight back. So we are close to the second half continuing, but we'll move on to the bench guys to see how they're doing. We'll just go in order of the roster as well. So Luke Kennard, 11 minutes, sitting behind Onyeka with the most minutes off the bench. So 11 for Luke. Hasn't been the most productive offensively, but like I said, impacting the game in other areas. So 4 points, um, 2 steals, which is not his game, but we like to see him be active on defense. So 2 steals for Luke. And Onyeka, 3 steals. So oh, excuse me, he only got 1, so they took 3 steals away from Onyeka and gave it to Luke, so excuse me. Or maybe I was looking at that wrong the whole time, so yeah, man, they're just going over the highlights there for Atlanta, but, yeah, man, good stuff from Atlanta overall, progress-wise. We like to see guys step into roles they haven't quite, been accustomed to, so with the absence of Trey, definitely gonna need their young guys to step up and be active and get back to the bench. Literally only 1 field goal apiece for everybody off the bench. So everybody has scored, but you just like to see, you know, more activity. So Keith, Keith, Veet and Keaton are splitting that kind of backup point guard duty. Mm, It's really point guard by association really for Atlanta. It's just the committee, I should say. That's the leading scores for either team. 16 for Ricochet, 9 for Paulo. Like I said, Jalen Johnson and Moge. Moge has been throwing on Paulo as well. But Jalen Johnson having a good game against Paulo, you know, and forcing Paulo to get out of his game as Paulo isn't having the greatest performance so far, 4 of 10. So it isn't down the drain quite yet, but 0 of 3 from 3, 4 of 10 from the field, 2 turnovers, 9 points, 2 personal fouls. So the Magic kind of flirting with foul trouble at the moment. Jalen Suggs has 3. Desmond Bain has 2. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, no. Wait, let me get this right. Jalen Suggs has 3. Desmond Bain has 2. Wendell Carter has 3. Pablo has 2. Anthony Black has 2. Oga has 2. So it will be a thing to watch here in the second half if you're a Magic fan. The players flirting with foul trouble. So hopefully Atlanta can take advantage of that, remain aggressive attacking the rim, remain remain just crazy on defense, man. They have been playing phenomenal, um, causing turnovers. So, and obviously with Trey Young out, your defense is going to look a little different. Trey Young, obviously, I think, look, man, Trey Young is 6'1", bro. He's not going to be Davion Mitchell if we're asking him to be a generational talent on offense. So you're gonna have to. It's gonna be a give and take. So Trey is not gonna be the first team all defense type of point guard, But man, he tries, man. The effort's there. He has blown up multiple plays this year and last year, so he's doing what you can ask. So as much as you ask from a player of his physical stature, he plays with a lot of heart. So you got to admire that. So as we get back to the action, man, we'll get back to those game stats when we get a break in the action. So Jalen finds Nikhil, but Jalen Suggs is there to take that pass away. So Franz is going downhill against Dyson. Porzingis can't get there on the help. So Magic are the first to strike here in the second half. You like to see Jalen probably attack Paolo there. He's sitting with what, 2 fouls, 3 fouls. A little too strong there. Dyson gets it up, can't get it to go. So 49-64 here. Mm, Wendell Carter gets the lane. Yeah, Porzingis tried to play defense, but oh yeah, man. So Jalen kind of electing to try to facilitate here early on in the second half. So normal starters for Atlanta to come out the break. Carter's first free throw cuts it to a 14-point game. So Atlanta has a 14-point lead as Joe Pruney is shown on the broadcast. He is an old Atlanta coach, so 2 for 2, 2 for 2. So Atlanta slow start. That is kind of their thing, man. Slow starts out the break, like first quarter and the third quarter. So they usually pick it up. Like I said, the Pacer game, they did a really good job at maintaining their dominance, impact on the game. So Porzingis stops the bleeding there. Gets Atlanta's first bucket out the break. Was it to 15? So good to see Porzingis find his shot there. Jalen Suggs misses that. Porzingis skies for the rebound. Jalen Suggs picks up a foul that's like 70 to 80 feet away from the basket. Should be a transition foul, honestly. So we'll see. So good stuff from Porzingis. Offense is probably going to run through him, Jalen. Um, those two are going to be the main focus for Atlanta. So good stuff there. Good stuff there. As that's just a loose ball foul, or I don't know what they even call that. But good stuff, Nikhil. As Nikhil comes off the Porzingis screen, I was a little nervous there. Porzingis seemed to be tangled up with him, but Dyson against Franz is going to be the matchup as Orlando quickly swings the ball between Desmond Bain and Jalen Suggs. But Nikhil's matchup is, oh, that's a push off. Yeah. Desmond Bain picks up a foul. That foul was offensive, Desmond Bain. So Desmond Bain picks up, what is that, number 3? So even with your short arms, you still got to push off. So shout out to the Chattanooga hoop legend, Nikhil Alexander, drawing the foul. 17 points, man. It is back to 17 here for Atlanta as Dyson is looking to initiate the offense for Atlanta. And they're calling the offensive foul on Kristaps as he picks up his third, unfortunately. So, oh, yeah, we back, Will. We back, we back, we back. So 68-51 as Atlanta is called for an offensive foul. Yeah, Porzingis did kind of push him into the kill. So we're back, man. Paulo against Jalen. Jalen's playing good defense. Good stuff, man. Dyson deflects the ball, couldn't quite get to the steal as Ricochet and Dyson are there to kind of try to fight for it. Jalen Suggs over Ricochet, no go. Jalen Johnson picks up the rebound. He's going downhill, finds Ricochet, step back three. That would have been disgusting. Just let the play go. He's fucking grabbing me, man. That's what Dyson says. He's fucking grabbing me. So I'm not gonna, cast any. Hey man, Magic are dirty, bro. I can't lie. Magic are a pretty dirty team. A technical, bro? Are you shitting me right now? Ball don't lie. The T-Rex arms misses that as Desmond Bane's PTSD kicks in. Whenever Dyson around, he just kind of so ever since that game winning, rip and assist 2 carries per game, that was tough on him. Probably tough on one of his last moments in Memphis too. I hate to see it. So 51 to 68. So Orlando here. Yeah, boy, you slipping, boy. Yeah, Dyson, you slipping. Great Barrier Thief back in action. That Great Barrier Thief back in action. It's Dyson Knight for a reason, dog. Come on, bro. What you talking about? It's Dyson Knight for a reason, bro. Great Barrier Thief back in action. He back in action. He back in action, y'all. So Atlanta got the steal, got the bucket. So Dyson records his first steal of the game, and I believe that stretches his um, streak of at least one or more steals in a game. So I think he's sitting at 59. So he is, I think, 2 away. I'd have to double check. I'll double check the stats to make sure. But since we're at a break, let's check these team comparisons. And the lead is now sitting at 19 points. It is the biggest margin for Atlanta. So 19 points, led by Zachary Ricochet as he's chipped in 16. So slow start for Atlanta's offense. So not a lot of points, but still maintaining that lead. They grew up by 2 points. So 19 points, their largest lead, and they are losing the rebounding battle by 2 rebounds. But like I said, it really matters just when you get the rebound. So they're kind of like I said, holding the Magic off the offensive glass. So doing a good job at collecting the ball when the Magic miss and you know, making them pay in transition. So Atlanta, you know, they're a really good team in half court, which they really haven't been, I would think, over the past couple years. Which last year they improved, but half court game hasn't been too spectacular, especially without Trey Young. So they're doing a really good job at maintaining that aspect of it. So doing a good job at getting out on the break, converting when they do, keeping the Magic out the paint. They're only winning the points in the paint battle by 2. It's 24 to 26 Atlanta's way. So, like I said, you want to keep Orlando's second chance opportunities down, and they have done that. 5 points from second chance opportunities, but they've gotten a lot of offensive rebounds. I would say a lot more than my liking. Let's just say that a lot more than my liking. They've got 9 offensive rebounds to Atlanta's 3. So Atlanta doesn't have a lot of offensive rebounds, but to be honest, they haven't got a lot of opportunities to get them because a lot of their points are coming from the line and a lot of their points are, you know, going in. So they're shooting 53% from the field. So compared to Magic's 36, big difference. So like to see that for Atlanta. Atlanta shooting 38% from 3 point. Wow. Orlando is shooting 25. So Orlando's getting a quarter of their threes to go when they put them up compared to Atlanta's 36%. So Atlanta's not shooting the greatest from 3, probably a little below average. So I might be sitting right at average. I'm not quite sure. But free throws have been a big improvement. Atlanta has left a lot of free points at the line. Now, granted, it's not like a lot of players going over 2. It's just splitting free throws. Not getting them to fall. So back to the action here. 19-point lead. Magic's ball out of the timeout. Wendell can't get that to go, but long rebound goes to Desmond. Desmond to Franz. Ran off the 3-point line. Floater. We'll take a 2. I'd rather take a 2 than a 3. So second chance opportunity right there. So Jalen getting the responsibilities of getting his offense going. There we go. Finds Nikhil on a nice backdoor cut. Nikhil gets it to fall. Puts it right back at 19. So Atlanta kind of dominating here on the defense, which is a great sign if you're an Atlanta fan. It's a really big positive. No way, that's a foul, bro. How is that a foul? Porzingis fouls Paolo there, and Paolo gets that post fade to fall. Yeah, two hands on him. Probably should just play straight up, man. You've been done a good job at just standing straight up, man. You're 7-3, brother. Just stand straight up, brother. Please, bro. That's gonna be a tough shot. He's fading from the post. So Paulo gets it to go. Hasn't had the greatest night shooting, but gets that and one opportunity to go. So 56-72, 16-point lead for Atlanta. So Dyson's bringing the ball up for Atlanta. They're entrusting Jalen to get things going. There you go. There you go. Dyson to Porzingis. Porzingis finds Jalen under the rim. So Jalen gets that to go. Another foul is actually crazy. So Paolo goes to the same move and gets another foul. This time just doesn't get the foul or the shot to go. So Dyson attacking Paolo. Paolo giving up the drive. Dyson finds Porzingis. Porzingis finds Jalen. As could have been an and one. That's a dangerous swipe. So Jalen picks up his third foul here. He got caught reaching on Paolo. Bang. So 17 points, which Atlanta ended the second quarter sitting at. So Orlando's got back to the deficit they started with here at the break and get it to 16. So 7 minutes to go, 7 minutes, 25 seconds in the third quarter. So Atlanta hanging on here. Like I said, the third quarter is Atlanta's kind of weak spot. Nikhil getting to the spot, can't get it to go. Atlanta kind of fought for it, can't come up with it. So Orlando here on the break, they find Franz. No way. Cannot shoot threes, but they're getting 3-point plays. So can't let that happen. 14-point lead for Atlanta. So Atlanta's watching their deficit. They did a good job at running him off the line, but Ricochet unfortunately fouls him. So Ricochet thought he was playing straight up, but they're probably gonna call it on that left arm. So just gotta stay composed here for Atlanta as Atlanta is making some subs here. Moge for Dyson seems to be the rotation for Atlanta here early on. So Moge here in Franz is shooting 4 of 10. Paulo is shooting 5 of 11. So Atlanta's done a really good job at guarding Orlando's stars, kind of not letting them have their typical night, but they're finding a rhythm here early on. So as an Atlanta fan, you want to see the Hawks players nip that in the bud whichever way possible. So here we go, here we go, here we go. Golly, thank God. So Jalen corrals it. Ooh, that's disgusting. What a step back from Jalen Johnson. 15-footer step back over Wendell Carter. Good job at loading it up, but Onyeka unfortunately draws a foul. So Paulo is going back to the line. So the Orlando's Magic's their stars are doing a good job at getting something to go for Orlando, putting the team on their back. So it's been Paulo, Franz, Paulo. No, it's Paulo, Franz, back to Paulo. So Paulo back to the line, man. They've gotten all their points from fouls. So whether it's and ones, all that. So they're doing a little breakdown. So that one right there. Paulo's done a good job attacking when his shot isn't quite falling. So they're showing this little Cool little game cast they got, NBC is offering, so 63 to 76, 13 points is the lead. 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. So Atlanta kinda struggling on offense, not really finding shots, but Nikhil finds Ricochet in the corner for 3! My boy Ricochet having himself a game. Appreciate Davi tapping in and moderating here in the open gym on playback. If you're trying to watch the game as well as the stream, tap into playback, man. Playback.tv/open gym TV. Let's go! Oh no, Ricochet blew it again, man. Stop with the reverse dunk, man. Just go straight up, man. Please. You're killing me, Smalls. As Nikhil found Ricochet, but Ricochet can't get that oop to go. So here we go. Oh, goddamn, Jalen. Appreciate you. Good fag. I was gonna say good pass fake, but I combined those two and said good fake. So yep, that might be a bucket. Nope. Desmond Bain misses the straightaway three. Jalen QB1, two on Yeka, and one. Oh, you was a hoe, Desmond. You was a hoe, bro. What you pointing at with them tiny ass arms? Them tiny ass arms. What you you know, what was it? He said, I see you. What you pointing at with them tiny ass arms, dog? Come on, bro. You don't scare nobody, bro. As Desmond hard fouls on Yeka and Mo sticks up for his teammate. Get it back in blood, Mo. Definitely gonna be a flagrant. I mean, I'm not soft or nothing, but I mean that's a hard foul. So it's unnecessary contact is literally in the rule book. Jalen QB1 to Onyeka. I mean, look at him, bro. Look at him. And then he threw the ball on him. What a hole! What a hole, bro. You so light skinned, bro. You so light skinned. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Get him out of here, bro. Yeah. Desmond Bain, yeah, frustrated. Hawks got him frustrated. Little T-Rex arms. He threw the ball like, bro, you like T-Rex from Toy Story, boy. Ugly ass boy. Big head ass boy. Boy, your head bigger than the basketball itself, ugly ass boy. That's why you can't shoot, boy. You just built terrible, boy. God damn. No wonder Memphis said, "Get you out of here." You not the yeah, you was the problem, dog. Yeah, look at you, letting your emotions run your play. Aha! Get up out of here, sucker. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. That sucker ass nigga out of here, bro. That sucker ass out of here, boy. What you thought this was, bro? Get him out of here. Get him out of here, man. Soft ass, light skinned ass boy. It's a bad look for us, dog. You emotional. Emotional damage. You emotional, dog. I know, bruh. Every time Desmond Bain played Dyson Daniels, bruh, PTSD flashbacks, dog. That game winner was tragic. I played at the end of the game, let y'all know, but shit. 19 points from Zach, bro. That's what I'm talking about. This little break in the action while they get this little light skin emotional and that little boy up out of here. 7 to 13 from Zach, 19 points. Just overall good game from Zach, man, which is a positive. I'm a big Ricochet believer. First overall pick. Hasn't had the greatest shooting performances, but I think he's improved his game elsewhere. And definitely bye. Goodbye. You threw the ball at him, bozo. Bye. Bye. You threw the ball at him, bozo. Bye. What I do? What I do? I just threw the ball at him. What I do? What I do, man? I just threw a ball at him. What I do? What did I do? Yeah, you heard that 9 points, suck ass nigga. Get on, bro. Go to the locker room, bro. Hit the showers, bro. Trash ass nigga, bro. You smell like trash, bro. Smell like garbage, bro. That was 4 personal fouls anyway. So, I mean, you probably would have been taken out the game anyway. You shooting 2 of 6. I understand, man. Desmond Bane's frustrated. I get it, man. Desmond Bane frustrated. Ball don't lie, man. Like Onyeka said. So, a flagrant foul plus a technical foul plus 2 shots on the free throw. Jalen knocks down the first. Now, I believe the technical free throws shall be shot by Onyeka. But what did you expect, man? You took your T-Rex arms and you threw the ball at him. So Onyeka knocks down the first of, I believe, is 2 shots on the flagrant. Bang, bang. Ball does not lie. Ball does not lie. Yeah, it's kinda funny, bro. Jamal Mosley don't got no ears either. His ears are, like, in his skull, bro, like this. Bro ain't got no features on the side of his head. Bro just got ear holes. McKeel for 3! Boy, let go, boy. Let put it on him. 20 points on these boys here. So Atlanta hits their largest lead of the night. So 20-point lead for Atlanta, man. Great stuff, great stuff, great stuff. As there's no stars in for the Magic. Tristan Da Silva, though, gets it to go. He's been a bright spot for the Magic from 3 at least. So he gets his 11th point. I think that's his second or third 3. So miscommunication there from Nikhil and Jalen. A little miscommunication. There ain't nothing. He was expecting Jalen to still be at the 3-point line, and he kind of tossed the ball a little further back. So, man, it's a 17-point lead with 4 minutes to go. So, excuse me, man. I was highly mistaken. Get that shot out of here. Get that shot out of here. Let's go. Big O on Yeka the rim wrecker from Jalen off the Mo Gay block, man. Atlanta just doing their thing, bro. Oh my goodness. It's a 19-point game. So, like I said, man, I was highly mistaken. Tristan Da Silva with the 3. Paulo is in the game for the Magic. Paulo is the lone star in the game for Orlando, but he's kinda struggling. But he found the silver there for his 5th assist, so kinda getting the game elsewhere. Probably coulda drew that foul there against Boba, whatever his name is. Where's the foul? Where's the foul, man? Where's the foul that Paolo gives? So Moge corrals that miss. Nikhil straight on. Can't get it to go. 16 points for the Magic, man. You gotta keep him off that 3-point line, so gotta find the Silva. Jalen is guarding the Silva, which Jalen hasn't had the brightest year, defensively, but hey, you're asking him to step up on offense, so, it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of, exertion, so Atlanta's lead slipping away, 14 points, 14 points, so gotta find something here if you're Atlanta's offense. So Kennard driving, lost the ball, so we might have a break in the action here. Kennard asking for a challenge. Good stuff by Moto. Good stuff. Led to a Onyeka dunk on the transition. So Atlanta holding on to I think 14-point lead, 13 point, yeah, 14 points. So 73-87. Great game here if you're an Atlanta fan. Hopefully they can finish this 3rd quarter out strong and hold on to it for 12 more minutes. So we have about 15 minutes left to go. Got 14 minutes and 54 seconds left in this game. So Appreciate everybody tapped in, whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or Playback TV. Appreciate everybody tapped into the open gym here for this Atlanta Hawks matchup against the Orlando Magic, the division rival. So Atlanta already has a dub against the Magic, um, pretty early on. That was like their, I think, the third game maybe. So third game got a dub against the Magic. It was pretty good. So this game, kind of the same thing. They are causing problems for Franz and Paulo, which is good. Paulo kind of finding his rhythm here in the second half, though. So, which was the case that first game as well. Franz was the one that got the rhythm there, though. So Franz is, the one on the outs this game. So if you're just tapping in, Desmond Baines, light skinned, emotional ass, got ejected. So he committed a flagrant on Yeka and then tossed the ball at him because, like I said, he's an emotional light skin who can't hold his feelings in. So he's exited the game, 2 field goals, 6 attempts, 9 points. So obviously hasn't been the greatest impact there for the Magic. So Paolo, the only bright spot for Orlando on the starters, but Tristan Da Silva, though, coming off the bench, 16 points for the Magic, 6 of 7 from the field, 4 of 4 from 3. So Atlanta has to do a better job of running him off the three-point line. That's the only Magic player they've allowed to shoot, and he has made Atlanta pay. So 4 of 4, 12 points from 3, um, and then a 2. So pretty easy answer to his game. Just run him off the three-point line. So rotations kinda are the reason why Atlanta's defense not struggles, but, kinda allows stuff like that to go on throughout the game. So, don't wanna see that be a constant thing though, like these role players go off. That was big last year, excuse me. But yeah, that was big for Atlanta last year. They just let random role players go off, and that was the reason why they lost a lot of games. So it's a 14-point lead, 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the third quarter. So Jalen Johnson sitting at 6 of 9 from the field, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Like I said, Jalen is going to be one of the only ones in the league to do that. I promise you. One of a handful of players in the league to do that because he is in the company of Kareem, Bird, Barkley, KG, Giannis, Bam, Weber of averaging 15, 10, 5, and 1 steal and block. So those stats will definitely be replicated this year as Atlanta fights for the ball. Can't get it to go, loose ball foul Mo Gay. So, as they are showing, Jalen Johnson is a young protege of the greatest basketball player probably to ever play the game, LeBron James. So, he is the young protege, man. He is the, chosen one per se. So, LeBron chose to work out with Jalen over these past couple of summers, so Jalen getting learning from the best. Kennard from 3, can't get it to go. Mo finds the rebound. Mo has been excellent on the boards, defensive and offensive. And 1! Let's go, Mo, as Dyson finds Mo for his 5th assist, and Mo gets his 5th point, gets the and 1 opportunity. My fault to be yelling, y'all, but that just got me hyped as Dyson finds Mo for the and 1 opportunity. But Taze just slaps him right in the face. Can't do that, bro. Let's go. Mo, 5 points, 2 of 4 from the floor, 3 rebounds, like I said. Obviously, I mean, not a lot in the statistical category, but he's been impactful on the boards, just tapping rebounds out, just trying to box out guys on the defensive end. I guess on a defensive end. So 3 rebounds to show for it, but a lot of effort that isn't accounted for on the stat sheet. So Paulo attacking Dyson. Yep, run him off the line. I'll take that too, man. You'll take a 2 rather than a 3. Just run him off that line. Dyson pushes it ahead to Veet. A little nerve-wracking when Veet gets the ball and decides to not shoot it right away. But I digress. 14-point lead here for Atlanta as Luke Kennard hits on Yeka. On Yeka hits Veet for 3. Like I said, When he don't shoot it right away, it's a little worrisome, but when he pull that thing, it's a bucket. So Veet for a 3 pushes it to 17. So Atlanta's defense kind of impacting the game. Orlando does have, a few options there as Veet fouls Bataze. Like I said, Orlando not the team with the most sportsmanship. That's what I'll say. I won't label them dirty, but they don't show a lot of sportsmanship as they kind of already showcased that with Desmond Bane's emotional light skin ass getting ejected. So unfortunate for the Magic, but guess what, man? We are a out center string, dog. We don't care about no Magic. So Jalen getting some rest on the bench as Bataze shoots the second of two, gets it to fall, gets both of them to go because of the 15. So Bernard V running a kind of smaller lineup. Let's go, Dyson. What a lay, man. Filet. Good stuff by Mo deflecting that inbound pass, causing the Magic's offense to slow down a little bit. So, man, gets a chance to reset. So, Jace Richardson has checked in the game for Orlando with Desmond Bane's absence. So, Dyson, excellent stuff. So, gets it to go, pushes it up to 17, man. So, that way, that way, yeah, that way. So, Dyson causing a turnover there with his first team all defense level of play, and he's just taking over on offense. So he's doing really good on offense, facilitating. Like I said, facilitating Luke Kennard gets the bucket. Mo active, man. Mo is activated. So, like I said, man, if you're a casual NBA fan, no problem. It's no problem. Not saying that is a bad thing, but if you're a casual NBA fan, learn the name Mo Gay. You'll be first to say, watch out for him because he's finna dominate. So he's made multiple defensive plays as as the guy Ricochet checks in. I'm a big Ricochet believer, low key. So Kennard has been getting minutes over Ricochet. So it's nice to see Ricochet get some minutes here. As lineup was questionable. Turnover? Let's go. As Mo Gay. Like I said, Mo Gay just impacting the game in so many ways, man. He just doesn't have to score to impact the game. His defense has improved. Yeah, that was off Wendell. That way, tell him Mo. Tell him Mo. And he's like the enforcer. Um, Desmond Bain threw Onyeka to the ground, and he was the guy to so Desmond, Ricochet quick to exit the game. I don't know what that was. Oh, I think it's an offense defense thing. So at least that's good. At least Ricochet's getting in the game for Kennard on offense and defense. So Dyson, man, what a move. Just dicing up the defense, brother. Oh my God. Let's go, brother. There's a reason it's a bobblehead tonight. Come on. There's a reason it's a bobblehead. It's Dyson night. So another steal there for Atlanta. Pull up. Trey ball, no good from Kennard. I know State Farm would have erupted. What a way to end the half. Dyson getting his patent steal. Atlanta ends the third quarter up by 20, 21, 21. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. So Atlanta up 21. Hey, man. Love to see it if you're an Atlanta fan. Love to see it, man. 6 of 7 from Dyson, 13 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal to extend his streak of 1 or more steals to, I believe, 59 or 60. I'll double check on that stat to make it official, but still, Dyson having a hell of a game. Um, Him and Nikhil have been kind of combo point guards, so Great stuff, great stuff. Nikhil turned it around, man, 5 of 10. Like I said, he will stay aggressive, and that's something you wanna see, man. You don't wanna see somebody go cold and then just shy away. Love to see him stay aggressive, take smart shots when the shots, from range aren't falling, so really good stuff from Nikhil, turn it around, man. 13 points. He's added 2 turnovers in the second half, but miscommunications. It's all good. So he's chipped in 2 assists. So want that ratio to go up, but Dyson 6-1. Love to see that. Love to see that from Dyson. The rest of the starting five having an excellent game. Kristaps came out of the third quarter, came out in that third quarter firing. Got a field goal to go, got to the line. So not the greatest shooting night for Porzingis, but 10 points, just affecting the game, 2 steals, been active on the glass when he can. He's picked up 3 fouls. Jalen has picked up 3 fouls. So Atlanta kind of playing smart with their players because Jalen and Kristaps cause a lot of um, mismatches on offense. So those are key players you want in the game late in the game. So you see why they haven't quite hit the floor at the end of the third quarter, just kind of preserving them for the main stretch. So Atlanta doing it right, man. They are swag surfing while we twaxing that ass. Belt the ass, boy. BTA. BTA, boy. Let it go. So Atlanta having a great game, man. Great game. I can't lie. So it's great to see, man, with the absence of Trey. Man, if you plug Trey in, oh my God. These are the games I wish Trey was in because he would flourish, man. Because sometimes Atlanta looks for somebody to kinda handle the offense, and that would be Trey, but it is a team effort. All starting 5 is in double digits, so great stuff from the starting 5, holding it down, stepping up. Good stuff from Ricochet. He is the leading scorer. It's gonna be like that every night, I think, for the Hawks. I think Jalen will lead the way with, Porzingis there most of the nights, but expect some other Hawks to lead the way in scoring. I think Ricochet is gonna have himself some nights. Jalen, of course, is gonna have good nights scoring wise. Dyson, Nikhil, he's gonna catch flame from 3. So there will be games where, they make it work. So good stuff from Atlanta. Positive stuff from Onyeka, man. Positive. He only has 2 of 4 from the field. So but he got 10 points. So fourth quarter underway. Franz against Porzingis affected, but Orlando comes up with the rebound. So, like I said, key for Atlanta, keep Orlando off the offensive glass, which they've done a good job. Just got one away. Dyson finds Ricochet in the corner, in and out. All his shots have been good. They've just rattled in and out. There've been 1 or 2 maybe forced, but so it's a 19-point game off the offensive rebound and then put back from Wendell Carter. So 11 minutes. Fourth quarter just started. So Atlanta did a good job at weathering the storm there in the third quarter as Dyson has a cut on his forehead, I believe. So yeah, like I said, Orlando not known for sportsmanship, I'll say that. So almost a wire to wire lead for Atlanta here so far. Biggest lead has been 21. So it's 19 right now. So as they clean up Dyson Daniels here, they cut away from the action. So yeah, 21 or 19 points right now for Atlanta. Zachary Ricochet is leading the way for Atlanta, 19 points. The rebounding battle is neck and neck, 37 to 36. So Atlanta doing an excellent job keeping Orlando off the offensive rebounds, which is a key for Atlanta. It's been a theme early on when teams attack the glass, get a lot of points in the paint. That's when Atlanta suffers. So Atlanta's done a good job these past couple games at F them, boy, F them, boy. I really don't like the Magic. I don't want to say hate, but I really, really don't like the Magic. So, hey, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'll never be mad at bandwagon fans that jump on Atlanta's bandwagon. I'm here for every fan, bro. All eyes on Atlanta. All eyes on us, baby. A-Town, baby. I don't care, man. I don't care if you just here for a moment, dog. Just let's enjoy the moment together. You feel me? As Atlanta has a 19-point lead. Wendell Carter is laughing because he just picked up the foul. Kristaps is at the line. Ball don't lie. 20-point lead here for Atlanta. So, like I said, Atlanta did a good job at weathering the storm when Orlando was making their little run there in the third quarter. But like I said, weathered the storm. There will be no Disney magic there so far in the third quarter. So, see if Atlanta can kind of maintain that, man. They've kind of, I don't want to say dominated, but they've done a really good job at playing disciplined on defense and just executing, I will say executing. They've done a good job at keeping Orlando off the glass. Run them off, run them off. Yeah, Dyson guarding Tristan. That's what we'll get. That's the result we'll get. So Onyeka is guarding Franz. Good stuff, Keenan, as he pokes the ball, but doesn't poke it free. Another turnover. Yeah, Jalen. I know you. He already got a tech, man. So nope, no turnover here. So no ear Mosley. That boy like this. Wendell Carter for 3. That's the shot we'll take. He with us. He with us. Hey, Will, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. I welcome any bandwagoner too, man. I know I said it, man. It's all good. Welcome to the party, though, big dog. Welcome to the party, big dog. So Keaton Dyson holding down the backcourt there for Atlanta, and Onyeka, Ricochet, and Porzingis are holding down the front court. As I thought my cat fell out her cat tree. My fault. Looked away, but Tristan da Silva fouls Dyson on that drive. It looks like Dyson with the patent spin. Yeah, you fouled him, dog. So that's Dyson's signature. He got his that little s- cut on his forehead glue. Boy, in a boxing match. Goddamn. So Paulo look he just he just looked like he got an attitude. Motherfucker said, stay there. And he looked like he just hoop with an attitude. So Dyson misses the second of two. Got the first one to go though. So pushes it to 22. Good stuff. He just loses it on that one. All right, Ricochet. Let go. Good stuff as Ricochet attacks the rim, causes Orlando to foul on the break. Was hoping he wouldn't give us a clip, but he gave us a good clip. So good steal there. Way to corral that from Dyson. He honestly just should have went up and dunked on. He should have dunked on Franz. Honestly, he's athletic enough, man. Just rise up and dunk on him, man. So Ricochet at the line for two, gets it to roll home. So pushes it to 23 here in the fourth quarter, early on in the fourth. Franz picked up his second foul with that one, so Ricochet knocks down the second of 2. I think he, is perfect at the line, so pushes his point total to 21. So Atlanta doing a good job, man, getting to the line and knocking them down, so good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, you're not gonna be too threatened with Paolo on a pull-up 3 as Ricochet corrals he got the board, but lost it on the, gather. Oh, yeah, got him stuttering, bad decision, so should've just went up, man. You had him, stuttering, so Franz attacks the defense there on the break, gets it to go. So 22 points, 9 minutes, 45 seconds to go. So Keaton to Porzingis. Porzingis back to Keaton for 3. That was actually pretty sick. That was a tap back from Porzingis to Keaton. So Atlanta's biggest lead of the season is quickly nullified. So um, Jalen Suggs answers right back to push the lead down to 22 for the Magic. So Ricochet finding Porzingis. Yeah, it's a mismatch. It's a mismatch, dog. It's Franz finds the ball, gets it poked free. What? 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 Yeah. What are we doing? As Franz gets his usual two-hand shove off. I mean, he's been doing that all game. So Atlanta finds himself in the bonus. Man, what are we doing, bro? No sportsmanship. No sportsmanship. It's okay to play physical, but man, you just shoving folks out here as Keaton gets the 3 to go. Good stuff. Porzingis misses the first of 2. So Porzingis looking for the lane violation as he misses that first one. I mean, I would be too if I missed that first one. Gets the second one to go though, so puts him up by 23. Excuse me. Yeah, I was right, I think. I think my math is right. So Jalen Suggs hits a 3 for the Magic, so you don't wanna see the Magic, come back like that. I don't know if they didn't count that. So it's 87 to 107, so 20 points. It was 23, I wasn't tripping. There you go, Porzingis, as Porzingis takes advantage of the young rookie Jet Howard. Technical foul by Jamal Mosley, and yep, they're all emotional over there for Orlando. So from the top to the bottom, they're all emotional. So technical foul on Jamal Mosley. He said, "What that dog foul? What you talking about? What you talking about? That dog foul? What you talking about?" Had that nigga, boy. What you talking about? That's a foul, boy. Onyeka knocking down the technical free throws. 21. Back to 21 for Atlanta. 21. Can you do something for me? Jalen back in the game for Atlanta as he checks in for Dyson, letting Dyson get a breather. Dyson's done a good job at holding down Atlanta's offense, man. He's done a great job, if you ask me. Great job. So Jamal Mosley picks up the tech. Kristaps knocks down the first of 2, and for Atlanta is Keaton Wallace, Zachary Ricochet, Jalen Johnson at the 3, and Onyeka Okongwu at the 4. Kristaps Porzingis rounds it out at the 5. So Atlanta, um, like I said, rotations are a big part for Atlanta if you're an Atlanta fan. So Jalen Johnson playing at the 3, which is huge. Ricochet at the 2, which is huge. Um, Keaton at the 1, which is, probably their best option. That should be Atlanta ball. Franz was in front of it. You can get a cut watching the Hawks game, man. That is the Swag Barbershop, in the, State Farm Arena. Shout out to Killer Mike. He was a big part of getting that, incorporated in State Farm, so you can get a cut while you watch the game. So honestly, I haven't checked out the prices because Imma be honest, man. I'm a fan of the Hawks. I'm speaking as a fan. I don't know if I would trust it. Imma be real, dog. I don't know. I don't know what type of barbers they got in there. I don't know what skill set they got. Don't know if they got beginners as Jalen kicks it to Onyeka for 3! Onyeka showcasing his range. So, yeah, Will, Imma be honest, bro. I don't know what type of clientele they work with over there, so I don't know, man. It's Atlanta, so you would expect it to be, maybe our demographic, but hey. And by that cut by that cut, dog, they was kinda fucking Buddy up, so, um, I don't know, I don't know, bro. They might work with us. They might. So, I don't know if Buddy just I don't know, man. No disrespect, but you look good, dog. You look good, homie. I'll be sick if they would call me mid-cut, bro. Oh my god, I'd be sick. Put me on national TV mid-cut. Oh my god, I'd be sick. I know I look stupid. I shut my eyes, so I look like I'm asleep, but still, I'd be sick if they put me on national TV. Onyeka with the patent backdoor cut. Keenan with a nice drive as Ricochet got a nice little putback though. So he only fade with a comb, bro. I'm saying. He usually right. He usually cuts his hair at the crib, so Imma give him some break. Imma give him some break. Imma give him a break. He looked like the type to cut his hair at the crib. He just saw the barbershop there, said, "Man, this is so cool. I'm gonna do this." Keying in and out for the free throw, so Atlanta sits with a 21-point lead, 113-92. So if they can kinda maintain this lead, but that was funny, man. That boy was definitely getting chopped, bro. Yeah. Key knocks down the second of 2, so good stuff from Keaton attacking the rim, finding a shot. Um, like I said, him and Veet have kind of filled in that backup point guard, the traditional backup PG role, you know, the technical. What a dunk. That was a nice dunk. Jalen Suggs gets that reverse jam to go. I can't be mad at it. So Orlando gets a turnover sitting at 20 points. So 6 minutes and 48 seconds to go as Atlanta calls a timeout. Probably to get some subs here in the game. They got Nikhil looking like he's gonna check in, maybe somebody else. So Jalen Suggs making an impact, man. He's having a rough game, but staying persistent. So you gotta admire that if you're a hoop fan. But I don't care since I'm an Atlanta fan. So that mess out of here, man. I'm ready for this game to end. So hopefully Atlanta can hold on to it. Losing the battle of points in the paint. Easy transition to the game chart. So losing the battle 42 to 40 points in the paint wise. So like to see that kind of stay steady for Atlanta. Don't want to fall too far behind because that means Orlando's just getting easy shots. So you don't want to see that inflate for Orlando, and you want to kind of maybe see that go up for Atlanta if they're getting good shots. So second chance points, Atlanta's done a great job of keeping Orlando from scoring the second chance opportunities. Orlando has gotten offensive rebounds, but they haven't been able to do a lot with that. If they if they had translated a lot of those, the game would look a lot different because it's in at 9-6 right now. So not really benefiting Atlanta in that aspect. Yeah, bro, that shit fried. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. And to be honest, man, it's all good, bro. Everybody balled at different rates, so it's nothing against balling. Cause I knew somebody that was balling in high school, but, ain't nothing against the brother. He was cool. And yeah, yeah, he was cool. I'm not gonna air him out, but he was cool. He was cool. He can't, like, deny he was getting balls, so, like, that's not really airing his business out, but yeah, it just hit everybody different. Shout RIP DJ Unk, man. RIP DJ Unk. RIP. So they're walking it out in State Farm right now during the, timeout break, so, like I was saying, man, you don't want, Atlanta's done a good job at keeping these second chance points down. Unfortunately, they have a lot of more than you would like on the offensive glass, but they haven't translated it, so it's all good, so Atlanta still, shooting better than Orlando from the field and the 3. Um Orlando has snuck ahead, shooting better from the free throw line just by 5%, though it's 78 to 83 in that aspect. So free throw shooting, not really a struggle. It's 78%, but you would like to see Atlanta kind of fall on that 80. A good night would be 80 to 90% from three, missing one or two with a high volume would be ideal. So fast break, Atlanta is leading that category as well. So Atlanta is doing well in the categories they need to to impact the game, so you would just like to see the turnovers be cut down. Both teams are sitting at 15 apiece, 10 steals for Atlanta, so Atlanta's defense is impacting the game, but Orlando, I'd say it's more unforced turnovers for, you're shitting me right there. So 18 points as, um out of the timeout, Franz gets straight to the bucket and draws a foul on Jalen as Jalen picks up number 4, man. So you like to see Jalen maybe kind of, I don't know, not foul. So it's all good. We'll see how it goes. Yep, 4 fouls for Jalen, so Franz gets it to go 97 to 114. That's a 17-point game for Atlanta, so Onyeka finds Kennard on the little handoff. Imma be honest, man, Imma be honest. Imma be honest, man. Imma be honest. Luke Kennard's shooting is great, but his playmaking is good, but sometimes you don't need it. It's a little forced. So, got into the paint, kinda questioned what to do with the ball, so if you're an Atlanta fan, you want to see Atlanta nip this in the bud ASAP. Man, it's been a good 3 quarters, and they usually let 1 quarter slip away. Please don't let it be it as Moge checks back out of the game for some reason. Um, yes, Orlando is running. They are running, so we got a timeout here in between free throws. Atlanta burns their timeout. They have 3 left. So, like I said, man, what is going on? You don't like these rotations. At least I don't. I don't like the rotations in right now. It's Jalen, Dyson, Luke, Onyeka. But I don't know, man. You gotta close out with defense as, offense is struggling, but still, man, I don't know. I'm not a coach, so Luke hasn't quite impacted the game from range quite yet, so 0 for 3 in that aspect. His shots have been good, so not quite forced, but, it's unfortunately him and Nikhil, they are kinda looked at as the backup facilitators on the Hawks at this moment, but unfortunately, it is not the case, so it's kinda looking rough for Atlanta in that aspect. Like I said, Atlanta is missing Trey. They are missing their offensive engine, so hopefully this stint is short-lived, but like I said, they are missing Trey right now because Trey would be in closing out this game, in the 4th, for a somebody to look to handle the offense, and not turn the ball over that much, so like I said, Atlanta, unfortunately, now is losing the turnover battle, by 1 turnover. So, you just wanna see them get on top of it, man. Their offense was clicking, when they get the good shots, they're doing a good job at attacking the rim. Um, they just need to stick to what has been working, man. They don't need to change it up, you know? Obviously, the different rotations are gonna give you different looks, unfortunately, on the defensive end, yeah, but on the offensive end as well. So you get more shooting, but you get less defense. You get more defense, you get less shooting. But sometimes you get more and more and more and more and less and less and less. So Atlanta doing the t-shirt toss here in the mid 3rd quarter. It's halfway through. Atlanta entered with a 21-point lead. It is sitting at 18 points right now, though. So Porzingis hit the free throw, but they haven't had a field goal since the 7-minute and 40-second mark. So that was Onyeka's 3 from Jalen. So I don't know, man. I'm sounding a little depressed, but man, it's an 18-point game, or excuse me, 16 point. It's a 16-point game right now. So Chris Kristaps has his right wrist taped up, which is kind of a little worrisome if you're a Hawks fan, as he looks to be a little banged up there for it. It might just be a little sore, so you never know. It's getting fouled a lot down there, so 15 points, man, 15 points. Paulo been a decent spot there on for Orlando on offense. So Orlando running a little zone, it looks like a 3-2 or something. Fuck. Dyson's move gets stalled out by Paulo there. Atlanta doesn't know what to do with this little zone Orlando is drawing up. So Orlando may have found something with that, but Orlando, again, not the greatest 3-point shooting team. So you wanna cause them to miss. Are you shitting me, bro? Another foul, but it's on Nikhil. So uh, don't know if they're in the bonus quite yet. Two hands in the back, man. That's been called multiple times, man. You gotta know that. We can't do that, man. Franz got called on the same thing. It was a foul. So Nikhil picks up his fourth. Unfortunately, run him off the line. Good stuff, Dyson. Dyson doing what he does best, man. Great barrier thief. Finds Porzingis as Porzingis has checked back in the game. Tough shot. Porzingis can't get it to go over Paolo. Got a double it. Cut off that drive. Cut off the drive. There we go. There we go. Paolo finds Tristan De Silva. De Silva, Atlanta's done a good job. That's a foul on the floor. Oh, they're counting going up. So Porzingis fouls Paolo there. Kinda got caught at that, elbow. Porzingis isn't the swiftest guy, so Paolo using his, speed to his advantage. So Paolo getting to the line here. They've kinda lived at the line here at the second half, so good for the Magic, bad for Atlanta. So 14 points. They've used that to come back, but they were kinda doing this in the third, and, Atlanta kinda found their rhythm towards the end of the third. So 14 points. It's only 2 points every time. So if Atlanta can equal that, go bucket for bucket with them, then I don't really see a problem. It will be impactful later on in the game when Atlanta is in foul trouble. So both teams are in the bonus. So any ticky tack foul away from a shot is gonna be free throw. Turnover. Tristan De Silva, I guess, got in position. 13 points. So Atlanta's done a good job, but what are we doing, Coach Quinn? These rotations are killing my soul right now. As Atlanta's defense is struggling to find a rhythm, but so is their offense. So this is supposed to be an offensive strong lineup with Luke, Nikhil, and Dyson out there. Dyson isn't. I mean, that's a good team turnover right there, forcing that as De Silva just throws it away. Kind of been on brand for the Magic, but they've done a good job here late to hold on to the ball. So Atlanta causes a turnover finally because they've been the only team turning it over here in the last couple minutes. So, what you can attribute that to no Trae Young. So Atlanta is one of the better has been one of the better teams at holding on to the ball when Trey was healthy and active. But now Atlanta is kind of average. So sure, expect that to kind of turn around. Not getting a call, man. You gotta go for it. Like, kinda go for the shot, dog. The Silva can't get it to go, but he follows his shot as Dyson closed out nicely. But Silva, like I said, son of a gun. So Silva followed the shot, did what he needed to do, and got the rebound. So, but you just want to see Porzingis go up a little stronger than this. Thought he got fouled. Maybe could have adjusted, but yep, Dyson kind of caught there. Uh, He thought he could get that swipe from Franz, but Franz just held on to the ball, man. So, man, frustrating. It's frustrating, bro. It's frustrating. I don't like this lineup of 3 guards in. It's just, oh man, it's killing Atlanta. You have to play Ricochet in this moment or Moge. You have to. Or I say Ricochet in this moment, honestly. There we go. Drew a foul, but please, Coach Quinn, please, man, this lineup of 3 guards is not working. Please put Ricochet in the game, bro. There is absolutely no reason Ricochet should. Hey, man, hey, I'm not a coach. I'm not a coach. Let me relax. Let me relax, man. I'm not a coach. 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 But oh my god, I'm trying to, Will. Trying to, but dog, he definitely was. But bro, oh my goodness gracious, dog. Ricochet is 7 of 14 from the field, 21 points. He got 2 personal fouls. He got no turnovers. Why is he not in the game? Why is he not in the game, man? Luke Kennard has 6 points, 3 turnovers. Right now, his play is not needed. Unfortunately, it hasn't found. Yeah, he got foul bullshitting. So, man, yeah, that step through was kinda lucky, I'm not even gonna cap. He kinda looked up with that. This next game is starting at 11 o'clock, though. That's insane work, bro. 11 o'clock is actually nasty, bro. What are we doing, bro? I know most people gonna be in bed by then, so Nikhil knocks it down. 1:16 to 1:03, 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Deflection. I don't know, bro. I might throw something, against the wall. I might throw something against the wall, though. If the Hawks lose, man, I'm gonna reserve my thoughts, but hey, these rotations are atrocious. As V Krejci gives up a bucket to Tristan da Silva, which you love to see. Nikhil hits that step back, which is a positive. 18 points for Nikhil, 5 assists for Jalen. There's Orlando looking for some sort of offense. Paulo picks up a dribble. Franz is switched on Porzingis. Got the mismatch here. Way to play straight up, man. He played straight up whole first quarter, second quarter, and then third quarter. He said, "I'm tired." Good stuff by Porzingis there, playing straight up, not giving the refs a reason to call a foul. You're 7-3, brother. It's gonna affect the shot. Jalen getting to the paint, can't get it to go though. That's a shot, so you'll live with that. Hawks up 14. 2:45 here to go in the fourth. Franz doesn't get it to go, but V is lucky because goddamn. There's no Ricochet in the closing minutes of the fourth quarter is actually disgusting. I'll just leave it at that. V Krejci cannot play. I'm not gonna say that either. His defense isn't the greatest on the Hawks roster, so it's frustrating to see him in there when Ricochet. I believe Ricochet's taking the steps to at least play a little better. So good stuff, Dyson. We're gonna focus on the positive. 105 to 121. Atlanta find some offense. Like I said, Orlando, not a big 3-point shooting team, so it's good for Atlanta. Not the greatest for Orlando, but we don't care because we are Hawks fans over here. So, like I said, them finding their shot at getting their shot at the free throw line is all right. That's how you get back into the game. But also, you need other shots, twos and threes, and you need to stop Atlanta. So they were doing a good job then, kind of disrupting the flow of the game when they were getting those free throws. But like I said, Atlanta does a good job at weathering the storm. But like I said, unfortunate to see Ricochet on the bench in the closing 2 minutes, man. It's not ideal, honestly, but best for the team, I guess. So it's kind of frustrating. Atlanta's looking for some sort of defense, but this rotation of Nikhil, Dyson, and another guard at the 3 spot is just frustrating when we got Onyeka, Moge, and just others that can fill in that role. It's just unfortunate for Atlanta that this is the probably the look we're gonna get. So I don't like it, to be honest. I know a lot of fans have been, the discourse has been rotations. So Atlanta may win this game, but it's going to be a discussion. So Orlando seems to have pulled their starters, so expect Atlanta to do the same. So subs in for Atlanta, hopefully here soon. It's 2 minutes to go. I hope the next dead ball they get these guys out of here. So Onyeka in for V. Thank God. I'm lying to you. He's in for Porzingis. So again, man, this three guard lineup is just nasty work in my opinion. Jalen rims it out or hits the front of the rim. So Onyeka gets the cleans the glass there for Atlanta. Dyson, what a move, man. What a move. Dyson puts the moves on him. 18 points for Dyson. Let's go. Dyson up the defense. So Atlanta's looking to walk away with the dub here at home. Great performance, honestly. Not quite a wire to wire win, but midway through the first, they turned it around and just like I said, man, stuck to their game plan. They executed, man. Great defense, forcing Orlando to miss and gathering the misses, man, not allowing Orlando to dominate the glass. So good stuff from Dyson, man. Great to see him take advantage of the young matchup right there. So 25 points. I'm geeked. I'm geeking, bro. I'm geek. 16. It's 16 points, man. I'm geeking. I'm ready for this game to end. But yeah, Dyson checking out. What a game, man. On bobblehead night too, man. Shout out to Dyson Daniels on bobblehead night, man. Dyson had himself a game. Definitely, definitely, definitely. So good stuff from Dyson, man. Sending Paulo and them outside, man. All them emotional light skins get out the building, bro. We're cool, calm, and collected over here. Atlanta is a team of light skins as well. But guess what? Jeff T said that we got too many light skins. That's crazy work. Well, we're not emotional over here. So Ace Newell finally gets some PT, which is unfortunate. Garbage time. Good stuff. Straight up. Sheesh. So Noah Penda. 93 is ugly as hell, bro. That number ugly as shit. Boy, that number ugly as hell. No wonder why y'all out, boy. 93 ugly as hell, boy. What you thought? You know, unless it's significant to you, then no disrespect, brother. But just as a aesthetic look, bro, 93 is not a hooper number. But hey, like I said, if it's personal to you, brother, rock it. There's no reason for you not to rock the 93 if it's personal. No hate, brother. I'm just poking fun. So Atlanta's bench has entered the game. Both benches are in the game for either team. Well, Atlanta's gonna walk away with a 14-point win. It's seeming like unless Keenan Wallace gets this bucket, V gets it to go. So 17. 17 points. That was the lead at halftime. So they stretched it to 20. I think the biggest lead was Excuse me, about 20 something. So that wasn't a travel. So Noah Penda gets it to go, but I guess the refs kind of felt bad. So they let him have it. It's a 15-point lead. They're just gonna dribble the ball out with 14 on the shot clock. It's about 3-second differential from shot clock to game clock, 3 to 4 seconds. So good stuff if you're an Atlanta Hawk fan, man. Positive stuff. In the absence of Trey Young, multiple Hawks step up to get the job done. So good stuff for Atlanta. Unfortunate, Zach don't close out the game. He look like he about to cry in the car. He finna cry in the car. No, I don't wanna see y'all dap up nobody. W Yeah, I don't wanna see y'all dap up nobody. Shout out to Atlanta, Atlanta, Atlanta. On his bobblehead night, Dyson does a good job, man. Look, bro, he can even dribble the ball, dog. Look at that. So Jalen and Paolo dap up. So Noah Penda, I think it's probably French. So him and Ricochet exchanging jerseys. I don't know. That's Ricochet's first jersey swap. So yeah, Will got the dub, broski. Got the dub. So got Jalen's little what is this post game? Talk to him, Will. Good stuff, Jalen. As we cut back to our broadcast. I saw Jalen there post game. Shout out to Jalen. So, hey man, what a game from Atlanta. Like you said, man, everybody chipped in from Atlanta's side. All starters in double digits. Nobody under 15 with Porzingis leading that at the tail end at 15 points. And Ricochet led the way, 21 points, 7 of 14 from the field. So positive game all around, man. 11 steals in total for Atlanta. Dyson extends his streak of one or more steals. Um, 23 assists. Kind of rough game towards the end with the turnovers. Kind of got away from Atlanta, but obviously no Trey Young, man. So you're gonna hurt in that aspect. So definitely gonna hurt. So as that game is wrapped and over with, man, I greatly appreciate everybody that fell through, man. I greatly appreciate y'all. Will, welcome to the open gym, big dog. I greatly appreciate you following through, watching the game with us over here. Everybody else, man, I greatly appreciate you. Davi, I appreciate you holding it down in the chat, moderating for the open gym. Did an excellent job, man. Did an excellent job. But again, I appreciate everybody. I want to wish everybody a great night. Yo, Will, we back here every Atlanta Hawks game. So if you want to catch a game, pull up, dog. You are a VIP now. So VIPs are handed out throughout the game. So appreciate everybody. Everybody have a great night. Shout out to Atlanta, man. Dyson Daniels bobblehead night, man. They did a decent job, man. They did a decent job. It kind of looks like Jalen, but Jalen is because everybody light skinned for Atlanta. So everybody light skinned over there for Atlanta. So good stuff all around, man, from the bench to the starters. Great team effort. So get well soon, Trey. Hoping for the quick recovery, swift recovery. Hope you're doing good, enjoying the team holding it down. Shout out to the guys doing a great job. So next game, I believe, is going to be against the Raptors. And that is an NBA Cup game, if I'm not mistaken. So, November 7th on Friday. Let me double check, y'all. Let me double check. So, Wednesday. So, it looks like Wednesday they don't play. So, because that would be tomorrow. So obviously they don't play. And there's only one game on Thursday. It might be voting. It might be the main voting day or something like that. It might be the main voting day. So Thursday only one game, and then Friday we are back in the open gym at 7:30 as the Hawks take on the Raptors. They're looking to get that revenge game against the Raptors. They opened the season off against the Raptors. It was an ugly one if you paid attention. So pretty rough one for Atlanta in that one. Result was not positive. So looking to get a rematch against the Raptors. That is a game that holds a little more weight. It's a cup game. So NBA Cup game back in action. Atlanta want to know in the NBA Cup. They beat the Pacers by about 15 to 20. So point differential is up there. And we want to know. So we got that under our belts as Atlanta Hawks fans. So hey, 7:30. Oh, excuse me, man. I didn't mean to clap that loud. But 7:30 on Friday. We are back in the open gym. 7:30. I'll catch y'all then. But I just say I appreciate y'all. Whether you tapped in on Twitch, YouTube, or playback. I appreciate you. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe, whatever platform you're on, become a member, playback, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. So appreciate everybody. Everybody have a great night. Hope the rest of your week goes well, and I'll catch y'all back in the open gym on playback on Friday, 7:30. We'll be streaming throughout the week. So on Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be back on gaming on YouTube and Twitch. I might get my stream link right for playback, so you might get some gaming streams on playback as well. So yes, we will be back streaming. Maybe a little beat session real quick too. I might get back to streaming music after I get some samples in the chopped up and stuff. So I got to do that first. So I can't really play the sample um on live and then chop it up. I gotta have the sample already loaded and then chop it up like on stream and stuff. So the copyrights and stuff. So yeah, man, we're gonna do that. We'll get back into that as well. So I appreciate everybody again, man. Y'all have a great night. I'm about to give me something to eat, watch some Stranger Things, get caught up before it comes out. So yeah, man, everybody have a great night, man. Y'all have a great night. Appreciate everybody too, man.